Good morning. It's December 2nd. It's Tuesday. I have been having a terrible morning. One, there is something going wrong with the plumbing in our building, and unfortunately, I'm part of the homeowners association and I'm the only one at home at the moment, which means I've been dealing with that. I'm trying to contact the plumber to come round. They're not calling me back. I'm hoping that using my phone to make a video will prompt them to call me back, because that would be unfortunate whilst I was recording. So obviously that's what is going to happen. So this is how I'm trying to force them to call me back. Second, I got an email this morning that my yarn has been shipped. So I'm planning to knit a sweater that is going to be a Christmas sweater, and I was going to knit it during Vlogmas, and I ordered the yarn for it last Wednesday. So I checked the tracking info. It turns out this yarn is being shipped from Denmark. Yeah, I did not expect that. I thought I ordered from a Dutch web shop. Apparently it's a Danish web shop that has like a Dutch storefront. No offense against Danish people. This just means that it's going to take forever to get here. The expectation was somewhere between December 12th and December 16th. So if it's going to be here December 16th and this sweater needs to be done December 24th, for Christmas, it is never going to be finished. That will give me 8 days. I don't think 8 days is going to be enough for a Christmas sweater. So here's hoping and praying that the delivery is going to be faster for some reason and it'll be here on time. But I have very low hopes at this point. Also because it's a shitty day, so whatever. I have been knitting. Oh, hang on. I see that I've forgotten to turn on my Christmas tree. Hang on. I've added all the plugs to my Apple Home system. So I should be able to use my iPad to turn on the Christmas tree. There we go. That's much better. Okay. So I've been knitting in sort of like a distraction mode. I've been knitting on a Weasley sweater for my son. I'm using a regular flax sweater, which is a pattern by Tin Can Knits. And I'm about here now. So I'm making good progress. This is something that probably will be done by Christmas. And the plan is to embroider, sort of stitch on his initial on top of this. I have some gold yarn that will work really nicely for this. The only issue is that his name starts with an O. I really need to put in some extra effort to make sure it looks like an O and it doesn't look like a 0 or just like a circle, a sweater with a circle on it, which is not what we want. We want a Weasley sweater, so it needs to be an O. But yeah, I think it's going well. So that's it for knitting. What else are we doing today? Well, so I found this really, really nice yarn in my stash. It's kind of like a pine tree green, turquoisey color. Really like it. My plan is to make an icord and turn it into some decoration for Christmas presents. So that's what I'm going to do right now, while we're waiting for the plumbers to call me back. These are 2.5 millimeter. Ooh, does this help? 2.5 millimeter needles. What is that in US size? That is, it doesn't say. Oh, here we go. Apparently that doesn't exist. It's somewhere between a 1 and a 2. Why do you not have this size? I do not get US knitting sizes. I'm sorry. Look, it's on this row it says 2.5 millimeters, and on this row it's blank. It just goes from 0, 1, skip 1, and then to 2. You're missing out, people. You're missing out on 2.5. Anyway, I'm just going to knit an icord. I was targeted on Instagram this morning for an electric icord machine. And I haven't ordered one because I know they're all crappy and don't actually work very well. But the day that somebody invents a icord making machine that actually works well and gives predictable, reliable results, that is the day that I will be buying one, because dear Lord, I was actually thinking about grabbing one of those little mushrooms, or bees or whatever, like a little French knitting doll to make the icord. I just think this is just faster. So I've cast on 4. It's the washing machine. Cast on 4, and I'm just knitting and then sliding to the end, and I'm not turning my work. That's how you create an icord, which you probably all know. So I'm just gonna knit, knit, knit until I'm finished with that. I finished. It's about 40 centimeters, give or take. Anyway, just gonna take my scissors. That should be enough. Sharp-ish needle. Go through all the stitches. I'm just gonna go back through it and then fold it and then go through both pieces like that, and then I'm going to curl this around, stitch through that. I'm going to keep doing that like that. Actually, that last one might be a bit too much, so I'm just going to go back. You want it to be a little bit even to make it Christmas tree shaped. I'm just going to go back through to give it some sturdiness. Don't pull it too tight because it will crumple up. Okay, I feel like I've messed up now. There we go, like that. I'm just going to find a bead to put on the bottom. Ooh. No. Out of these cheaper beads, I'm just going to use the gold ones because they look nice. It might look a bit better if you have bigger beads, but it'll be fine. You could put a loop at the top to hang it up somewhere, or you could attach it to a ribbon and use it to decorate presents with. You could add more beads to make them look like Christmas balls. Yeah, I think it's quite cute. This is the Lettre pattern. You can find this pattern on Ravelry for free, but it is a Norwegian pattern, so it doesn't really matter though. It's very simple. Just knit an icord for 40 centimeters and shape it like a Christmas tree and add some beads to it for decoration. You can make things in tons of different shapes with icords, and icords are really easy to knit. It's probably something that you could get a kid to do. And it's one of those things that you can do quite easily when watching television, because you can just, it's quite mindlessly, you don't really have to pay attention. So yeah, little Christmas tree. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye.